Yeah.
No, you shouldn't do that.
Yeah. No, chess is awesome. I have an app, and the thing about chess games that is really annoying is that like there's the easy level, and then there's like the normal level. Like the easy level's okay. You're playing with like a 2-year-old child, and it's like okay, I can easily beat the easy. They're like going straight for the like the reckless attacks, not strategic. You put
Sometimes that gets me though, because I'm
yeah, because you don't expect it.
well, they're a reasonable player. On the other
Yeah,
side, they're not gonna actually go to
go
war
for
with me, and then they just fucking do.
yeah. They just
So
go
then you lose
crazy.
half your pieces because
Yeah,
they initiated something.
yeah.
Ugh.
And then there's the next step up, which is just like a medium level, and it's just like okay, now I'm playing with a genius level child. Like I
Yeah,
can't fucking like the
I do this app,
Optime
Optime software.
Optime software.
It's called chess.
Oh, okay, yeah. Anyways,
It's got
guys,
ads.
welcome to the Ear
Oh, we're
Viewers
playing.
podcast. Yes, we are. Yeah.
Oh, really?
Yeah, we've been recording this for a couple seconds, but yeah,
Oh, you just started.
yeah, I just
Oh,
started.
okay.
Yeah, yeah, but yeah, chess is fun. I just like strategic things in general. Games that are like kind of like strategy and puzzles and things like that. I've been playing this game's called Mini Metroway or Motorway, Mini Motorways, and it's pretty addicting. You have to like connect like houses to like there's like color coded roads and stuff and houses and cars that you have to like it procedurally generates and you have to connect them so that they don't like uh clog up, and if like one place isn't getting enough cars in time, the game is over. So it's pretty
Oh,
fun.
like a
Yeah,
city planner.
it's kind of like a city planner in a way. Yeah, you get like roundabouts and you
Sim
get
City.
um kind of like that. It's a little more simplistic, but it's a lot of fun. It's kind of zen. It's kind of like I've been playing a lot of Tetris on my phone too. Jordan showed me a Tetris app because that's her favorite game is Tetris.
Hmm.
So I've been playing Tetris. So it's kind of like Tetris. You know how it starts off really calm, and then after a few plays, then it starts getting crazy.
Mm-hmm.
Like it starts getting manic, where it's like, okay, I'm knocking out these rows, and then all of a sudden, like you're stacking up way too high, and then it's like speeding up on you. It's kind of like that.
Yeah, I haven't
Yeah.
played in a while.
Yeah.
Those are the days.
But I would love to play you in chess. I think we played. I don't know. I feel like we'd be somewhat evenly matched. You'd probably be better than me.
I used to be real into it, and then I stopped.
My dad and I used to play chess a lot when I was
Oh,
growing up. We used to play chess, Battleship,
checkers,
checkers, of course, and
Connect Four.
Connect Four.
Oh,
Yeah,
love that game.
there was this game that Jordan. Every time I try to explain it to Jordan, she says she's never heard of it. It's like I think it was called Spelunk.
Spunk.
Spelunk.
Oh.
No,
What game is that, Trevor?
Well, it's pretty messy. It is kind of messy.
You kidding me?
So it's kind of like a bottle, and there's these sticks that go into it. It's like a bunch of like tiny little plastic sticks, and there's marbles that are on top, and it's kind of you keep pulling straws like sticks from this thing,
Like Jenga?
kind of like Jenga, and whoever pulls the stick that releases all the marbles loses. I think it's what it's
That
called.
sounds familiar.
Let me
I
look.
feel
it
like
up.
that was on Nickelodeon.
Bruh.
Play Spunk.
The slime is actually spunk.
Oh no. Wasn't it just colored water?
It's slimy. I don't think it's water. It's not liquidy. It's like goopy.
Oh yeah, it kind of did. Like stick together.
Oh, that's like a video game. Let me see if I can actually.
It might have been Spunk then. Especially with Nickelodeon's reputation. Looking at you, Dan Schneider.
Kerplunk.
Oh, yeah, I have heard of that.
You have heard of Kerplunk? Yeah, Kerplunk was the shit.
You like my Dan Schneider joke?
The feet? Did you say something about feet?
I said it probably is Spunk, knowing Nickelodeon's reputation.
Yeah, this is what it was kind of.
Yeah.
Something like this. I remember in my brain there being more than just that.
Hit that PayPal button right now.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
We're gonna play that on set.
That would actually be pretty fun, honestly.
Yeah, until the marbles fall and then the mics pick it up.
Yeah.
And the clipping.
But yeah, other than that, how have you been doing? How's your week been going? I know we've been talking a little bit, but
it's
playing
good.
chess, watching Coen Brothers films, you said.
and rom-coms.
And rom-coms. Good choice. Good choice.
Yep.
Yeah.
Seen a lot
Yeah.
of Hugh Grant movies, man.
Yeah.
What a fucking beautiful man. He's ugly now, but
Mm-hmm.
man, what a little heartthrob.
Was Hugh Grant the one that got was it him that was in that scandal where he was on like Leno?
Yeah, or
And then
Letterman. He's like, "What the
Letterman.
fuck,
Like,
dude?"
what were you
Yeah.
fucking thinking, dude? Yeah.
Yeah, no, that's
Yeah.
him. Now
Yeah.
he's like he looks like a little scumbag. He's like in Guy
Yeah.
Ritchie movies now,
Yeah. Yeah.
and they only get ugly people for those movies.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah, or they make you look
Or
ugly.
they make you look ugly.
Brad Pitt.
Yeah.
Yeah.
um.
Speaking of that, there was a new Guy Ritchie movie, Operation Fortune, with Jason Statham and Aubrey Plaza that was supposed to
Ooh.
be released in January.
That sounds.
Then it
good.
got pushed back to March, and then in February they just pulled it from the release schedule entirely,
Hmm.
and have made no comment on when this movie is going to come out, and I'm sad.
It sounds like it'd be really good.
Yeah,
Yeah.
probably.
I like the casting. Yeah.
Yeah, it's got Jason Statham and it's Guy Ritchie. I mean, that's probably the only time Jason Statham's that really good.
Yeah.
I haven't seen those Fast and the Furious movies since he joined the cast,
Yeah.
the bloated cast.
Yeah. Jordan really likes the Fast and
Does she-
Furious.
She likes them, or is it like when I talked to her about
think
it
she
was an
actually-
ironic thing?
I
But
think she actually likes them. I think she actually.
ride or die.
Yeah. Yeah.
There's-
Family.
I think, but like it's because they're bad, right? Like
Yeah, I think it has a lot to do with that. It's just so ridiculously over the top and bad. I think it's, and she likes
Yeah,
cars, so I think
that's-
that might be part of it too.
that's how I feel about the movie From Paris with Love, with John
Yeah.
Travolta, his post Hairspray reclaiming
Yeah.
of manhood
Yeah,
type role or whatever. That's what I imagine his thought process was. He's like, I need to be a badass again,
yeah, yeah.
and it's so stupid. And I
Mhm.
made Rachel watch it, and she's like, "This movie sucks."
Good.
But I had to watch Ella Enchanted, so
Yeah,
fair,
Fair.
fair trade.
fair trade.
And I'm like, you don't see that these are the same movie for
Mm-hmm.
us? She's like, no, Ella Enchanted's good.
Jordan's been watching this Dynasty show, and it's pretty bad.
I saw that pause on your TV. Well, isn't that by Netflix?
It's a remake, I think, of an old soap.
Hmm.
It's really it's weird.
Netflix has a bad show. I would never imagine.
I think ever since we did departure songs, my YouTube algorithm's been all kind of messed up because I YouTubed some of the stories to get.
Oh no.
I stumbled across this YouTube channel that I actually subscribed to it because I was getting like really into it. It's called Mr. Ballin, and he's an ex Navy SEAL. I think he's still a Navy SEAL. He's a younger guy, and he just tells real stories like murder mystery stuff and like missing people that were found in impossible locations and stuff like that.
Oh,
I've been watching a lot
it's
of
real.
those. Yeah, it's a pretty convincing channel. It's a lot of fun. He's a really good narrator. He's a good storyteller. So
Yeah, that probably is related to
I've been
you
watching
looking at
that.
diving
Yeah.
tragedies.
Yeah,
and
yeah. A lot of
hike-
it. Some of it is
mountain
diving
climbing.
tragedies. Tragedies.
tragedies.
There is one in particular where there was a few people that were cave diving, and there's a particular like line you're supposed to stay to because this cave has a ton of like caverns and like different offshoots and stuff. They call it like a Swiss cheese cave.
Mhm.
And one of the guys they were diving with, they kept having to pull him back to the line because he kept going off like sightseeing. And what happened is he was gone for a period of time, and the two didn't know that he left again because they kept telling him underwater, it's like, no more, you got to stay to the fucking
Mhm.
line, you can't move anymore. And like 30 minutes goes by, they look back and they don't see him, and they're running low on oxygen on their tank, so they have to go back up, and then a rescue team goes back down, goes back up, didn't find them, and they pretty much decide at this point his oxygen would have ran out, and it would be, we can't keep looking because he's pretty much dead.
Oh,
Right, at
he's
this
like
point.
a tourist.
Yeah, I think yeah. And he's just not using he wasn't using his best judgment. He should have stayed with the line and not went sightseeing and other things. So fast forward,
That'd be my dad.
like yeah, I could think of a few people that wouldn't listen and would
Can't even
just
take him to Walmart.
a few people came to my mind. It was just like that would be my dad too. I think that would just be like,
I'm gonna go down this hallway.
well, I mean, that's like we go to venues and you're just like, where did dad go? And like he's like off
Oh my
somewhere
God,
doing his
yeah,
own thing.
yeah.
That's yeah. And so there was people digging at they were in a cave system somewhat close to this, and it wasn't underwater, but they had noticed that there was like some rock fall in the cave, and they kind of worked their way through it, and it opened them up into like a chamber that was attached to this diving cave that those divers were in, and in this cave was like an island in the center of this cave, and they found that the diver that went missing went through a tunnel and came out into this hollow area that had like air in it,
Oh wow.
and he had gotten onto this island, and once he got on that island he knew he didn't have enough oxygen to dive back down and go back out the way he came, and even if he tried he would probably get lost and die anyways. So they
Oh,
found him like 3 weeks later. He had died from starvation in this cave. They found him.
dude.
Yeah. So like that's the type of stuff that's on there, and it's a lot of fun. It's kind of creepy.
Sounds fun.
Yeah, I'm like listening to this shit on
As
my
long as you're not
couch.
that guy.
Yeah, I'm like listening to this. Yeah, and that's the thing. Like, is like you don't want to be a story in this guy's YouTube channel. You know?
Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm like watching this YouTube channel. I got all my curtains closed because I'm like freaked out. You know.
I love people
Get
that
all
watch that
paranoid.
stuff and like eat dinner to it.
Yeah.
Like even if I'm gonna watch like a dark
Right.
movie, I'm like, if it's like gruesome in the first 15 minutes, I'm gonna wait and eat. But
Yeah.
then there's like people who like, let's watch this making a murderer and eat my bonbons.
I mean, that's kind of me. Yeah. I mean, I'm wearing a Last Podcast. I mean, they add comedy to that they do, but like,
Oh yeah, I mean it's hilarious subject matter.
I know, right? But Jordan was listening to a bit of it too. She's like, "So you're just listening to it's just straight horror, straight crime, no humor mixed in at all." I'm like, a little bit, but not a lot. It's mostly
Yeah.
just straight to the
Jordan's like,
facts.
I like when someone is responsible like for another person dying.
Yeah, yeah. There's a few other stories that just really stuck with me, but
Oh god.
some of them I can't really listen to because it involves like children and like like I'll just think about my daughter, and I'm just like, ugh, I don't want to think about that.
Shit happens now.
Yeah. Speaking of, she is now a month old.
That's crazy, man.
I know, man. She's already a month. Time flies. It's craziness.
Yeah. But it's like it's only been 4 weeks though.
Yeah, I know. But like now she's a month. The next thing you know, she's 6 months. The next thing you know, she's 2 years old. And the next thing you know, I'm teaching her how to drive.
There's a
and-
country song about this, right? It's
no,
the
yeah, I'm sure.
goddamn topic.
Yep, there is.
You're
Yep.
gonna miss this. You're gonna want this burger.
Stop This Train by John Mayer comes to mind.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I don't listen to John Mayer.
Oh, okay.
His
The only reason
solo.
I say that is because we just watched Bob Saget's they did like a memorial thing for him on, I think it was on Netflix too, and they had John Mayer on, and he played that song, and then they also had Stamos was there and a few other people.
Stamos.
Yeah. Nobody likes to see a sad Stamos, and that had a sad Stamos in that. But
Yeah, that sucks.
yeah,
What a hunk though.
what a hunk.
I liked his little spin-off show he had, or not like a spin-off, but like I can't remember the name of it, but it didn't last very long.
He was one of my favorite things I saw him in recently, and it's not recent. But I think it was a show called Scream Queens, I think.
I've heard of that.
And he was a doctor in it. I think he was a hand surgeon, I think, or he had something to do with that. I think it was pretty funny, but yeah. But anyways,
Anyways,
yeah, not really anything else too much. My first week back at work went good.
that's good.
Yeah, it was kind of nice. Being at home just by myself, not just by myself, because of course I was here with the baby and Jordan, but
All alone.
but when you don't have like actual structure of like, you're in the office and like time just becomes just like it becomes less and less concrete, right? So I was like losing track of my time, losing track of the days. Like it was Friday one time and I thought it was Sunday for whatever
Dude.
reason. I was just like, what the fuck is happening? I'm like staying up at crazy times. So without structure, without like a work schedule, like I would just spiral. I
Dude,
feel like.
You remember when I was off for 6 weeks between jobs?
Yeah, I think I do
If
remember.
it had been 7 weeks, I
Yeah.
wouldn't have gone back. I would have just tried to I would have just gone into poverty.
But you-
It was like that breaking point where I'm like, this could be me,
yeah.
or I need to get the fuck out of this.
Yeah, that's where I was kind of at too. Like any
I
more,
don't remember what I did.
I couldn't have gone a few more weeks. I don't think. I know some people take a lot of time for their paternity. Some people don't take a lot of time at all. But Jordan's gonna be off work until August, and she at least is type A and actually makes a schedule and a routine, and she like
Yeah, you're
sticks to it.
pretty. You're
I,
pretty aloof like me.
I'm pretty like with the flow. Like I can look
Yeah.
at the time, it's like 1 o'clock at night. I got time for another YouTube video, or I got another time for another episode, or I think I'm gonna go make a snack, and then next thing I know, it's like 2:30, and I'm like, I'm kind of
Next
tired.
Tuesday, all of a sudden.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. That's kind of how I flow.
I could watch all 3 Lord of the Rings tonight.
Yeah. It was literally watching Kenobi on Wednesday. I was like, I just remembered really late that the Kenobi episode is up. What time is it? 1. I got time.
Did you wait till 3?
What time? What time does it?
They normally drop like 3 a.m. on Wednesdays.
Was it 3? It might have been Thursday then.
Oh,
It might
okay.
have, that would make more sense. It might have been Thursday then. That
Well,
I
you
watched it.
freaking maniac.
It was probably Thursday after I got home from work because I work late.
Well, you like
so,
have to watch those Disney Plus shows at night because
Yeah.
they're so fucking dark.
Oh yeah, they are. Yeah, I noticed that too.
I have to change my TV picture and then
Yeah.
close my blinds.
One of the things I noticed with the Kenobi, especially, is that the audio is just so quiet when they're talking, and then when like super quiet, I have my soundbar
Oh, really?
cranked and I can't hear them, and then all of a sudden an action sequence happens, and then it's just blaring.
I've not noticed
can't-
that, but I've noticed that with other movies, like
I'm-
especially Christopher Nolan movies.
Yeah, I know that with that, but
Ugh.
I'm noticing this with the Kenobi.
Oh, that sucks. Mine's just dark. The TV's
Yeah.
screen.
Yeah,
Oh.
yeah,
But yeah, man, not too much to report.
not too much to report.
Nope. Ow.
I had my
fuck.
niece's birthday party yesterday, so we went and saw the family. They're doing good.
Aw.
But anyways, I guess we can jump into the music portion of this episode.
Let's do it.
Let's do it. All right. So this is the Ear Burners podcast. Welcome back, everybody. I'm gonna roll the intro music. Oh, I guess I'm not. I guess I'm not gonna roll the intro music.
Sing it instead. Oh my goodness.
I have the keyboard set to a higher octave.
Oh
so it didn't
yeah.
register the key.
I noticed that with mine. It's like half the size, so I have to like move it around a lot.
Yeah.
I was like, I don't need the full keyboard. I think I do. Welcome
know,
back.
Welcome back, everybody. We got a live audience over here. We got a little Pip on a stool. But anyways, this is the music portion of our episode, and this week we listened to Underoath, and we listened to an album titled
I'm waiting.
Define the Great Line. Yep.
Define the title.
Define the title. Yes. Define the Great Line is the Underoath album that we listened to this week. And we were going to record Friday, but I honestly needed some more time with it. So I actually spent a lot of time listening to this with my fancy earphones. So I
Oh,
got the full experience.
I need to do that more.
Yeah, I really did. Because usually I listen to it in the car. And, when you're doing it like that, sometimes you just space and you're kind of missing out on stuff anyways.
Yeah.
There's other like noise pollution, like road noise and stuff. And yeah, but no, I listen to it with my headphones and
Yeah, I guess I didn't need to with this one because I literally got this when it came out in 2006.
So you've listened to it a whole bunch of times.
Yeah.
In your life. Yeah.
Yeah, it was interesting. Like I kind of forgot how like foreshadowing of other styles I'd get into this would be.
Mm-hmm.
Like especially if the casting is such a Thin Shadow song. Like I had never listened to post metal. Like I don't think I did for like 4 or 5 years after this. And then to listen to this, I'm like, this is just straight up like this is straight out of ISIS or Cult of Luna's book.
I was listening to that and I could totally pull out where you probably got a lot of your influences, because there was times I was listening to this and I was just like, this isn't metalcore anymore. This completely switched the genre on us just out of nowhere with the tremolos and it sounds really good when they do it, when they pull it off. And it's not, they do it in that song. I think they do it somewhere else on this album, I believe.
Yeah.
But, it is, I was impressed. I was like, that's interesting. Not a lot of bands, I think, would have gone that route. But
Yeah, yeah, this is definitely my favorite from them. The one before it and then like their recent albums, it seems like they're really focused on like making poppy choruses. And then this one, like there's a lot of singing, but it's still like it doesn't seem like the songs are built around just like making a hook and
yeah,
like because there's just some weird like change ups and time signature changes and little things like that that kind of make it structured different than what you would get out of like a verse chorus type song.
yeah,
Except maybe on like You're Ever So Inviting. That one's like probably the and maybe Moving for the Sake of Motion. Those actually kind of have choruses.
yeah. So this is the first time I've ever actually listened to Underoath. So of course, this is a pretty popular band. I've always heard of Underoath, and I've had friends um, growing up that were actually big fans of Underoath. I just, for whatever reason, never listened to them. Is it true? Is this a Christian band?
At this time they were, yeah,
Okay, and then they
and the
changed.
lyrics are kind of like built around that, but it's still pretty. It's like
I'm not
Christian
saying just
emo.
because it would be like Christian, it would be bad. That's not what I'm saying. Because of
No,
course,
I think wasn't Killswitch Engaged a Christian band?
um, I know isn't Roses Sharon, isn't that technically like a biblical thing?
Kind of. It's like they're like Chevelle. Where well, I think lyrically there are a lot of
Was
influences.
Chevelle
Yeah, they're Christians.
are they a Christian band?
No, they're three Christians in a band.
Well, that's okay.
That's what they call themselves. Yeah,
Really?
yeah.
Huh? I never heard.
But I
that.
think lyrically this album does have those themes, but it's also like really personal. So it's not just like
Yeah.
holy is the Lord.
Holy is the
They had
Lord.
some songs like that in their
Oh.
previous albums.
As I Lay Dying is a Christian
Oh yeah, that's
band.
true. Yeah,
So
but
I mean, I loved me some As I Lay Dying. Yeah.
yeah, ironic. Adam D from Killswitch did part of the production on this album.
Oh really?
Uh-huh.
Oh wow.
Yeah, they were friends with him.
This sounds like really polished, and for the time, I don't know if it's just because 2006 seems so long ago to me, but this sounds like
yeah. I can't believe the electronic portions held up the way as
they
well as they
do.
did.
They
Yeah,
did,
because like
yeah.
that could have like gone cheesy.
Oh, and there was times I was listening to this, I was just like, thank God, like, because there's other bands that had a sound like this, but then at this time they threw in that cheesy techno shit. Like
Oh,
I think
yeah.
around like 2009,
Oh
kind
my
of in
god,
this
dude!
ballpark. Attack, Stickly from yeah, Attack.
Yeah, this never goes so far out where you're like,
Right.
what the fuck just happened to
Right.
this song?
Yeah, no, I never got
But
that.
we loved that shit back then too.
Yeah, but
Looking back, it
even
sucks.
back then that was fucking cheesy. I think
We knew it. I was like, I like it. And the auto tune.
Asking Alexandria
Yeah.
did that shit too back then.
It's caked in auto tune and
Yeah.
little trance breakdowns.
Now the singing in this, it was definitely a flashback, and I
Yeah.
actually really like his growling, yelling voice. I really like it. He does these interesting harmonizing, like certain phrases or certain syllables he'll harmonize briefly, and I thought that was kind of a cool effect. But,
Yeah.
as far as Whiny Boy singing, I mean, I didn't think it was terrible.
So the drummer does most of the clean singing, and then
Isn't it funny how bands back like Atreyu, they did
Yeah.
the same thing?
yeah, the lead guy he sings sometimes.
Yeah.
Like on You're Ever So Inviting, I think he sings on the chorus.
Yeah.
And then later when the drummer left, he took over more of those duties and
Mm-hmm.
but yeah, he can sing pretty well too. I also learned that they did their vocals together in the booth, which is
Mhm.
probably not recommended because if one guy fucks it up, the other
Has to restart.
yeah, you have to like redo the whole recording, but it made the performance seem a little more
Yeah.
real, I guess.
Yeah. I mean, if you think about like how bands would, some bands kind of still do, where they record just the whole band in the booth. Just
Yeah,
recording it
especially back
live.
in the day.
Yeah.
Isn't Louis Lua, doesn't he yell like fuck or something because the drumstick breaks or something?
Who
Or
does?
am I thinking of it's like whoever was singing Louis Lua, or maybe it was the Who or Rolling Stones, but like you can hear one of them like yell like fuck or something. So they like messed up.
No, I haven't heard of that. But
Yeah, I mean that was a long time ago. I don't think if everything's kind of polished now, where they're like,
Yeah.
no, you have to do this in a room by yourself.
everything is single. Yeah.
And I mean, this definitely has like a polished sound. So
It does. Yeah.
like they I don't think they did like the full band thing.
it has those really cool dissonant things.
Oh
And
my god, it's just caked on this album.
that yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. I like those. Those are probably my like. I know some bands they kind of use them too much or kind of depend on it. I got from this like I was listening to this and I was just like, it made me think of the Sempiternal album by Bring Me the Horizon,
Mhm.
and because it's I was just like, did they take a lot of inspiration from this like years later?
Maybe, yeah.
And honestly, like Under Oath, I think they did a better job.
I mean, I think
But
it's impossible to be a metalcore band and not have like
right,
heard this album because
yeah,
I think it like I think I read it. It got to like number 2 on the Billboard, and it's like the highest like rated Christian album or something.
highest
Like
rated
or
Christian
like
album. Wow.
the highest
Speaking
like
of
chart topper of any Christian album.
Speaking of billboards, I do want to mention briefly the resurgence of Kate Bush because of the Stranger Things
Yeah, that's fun.
season.
I'm glad we did that
Yeah,
album when we did. Ours we
yeah,
look like posers.
yeah. I know, right? That's like we still get Kate Bush lovers like jumping in on that with comments here and there. It's
Yeah.
like,
It,
and I agree. I thought it was a banger then too, and
maybe
now
it'll
it's
increase.
yeah, maybe it'll increase. I do think it was cool we did it at that time, but it's like I also have that hipster feeling of just like, well, we talked about it before everybody else was talking about it.
Yeah,
Yeah,
but it's also like the
yeah,
people who are saying that like don't pretend like Kate Bush is some niche experimental
right.
indie artist that no one's ever heard of before Stranger Things.
Yeah.
Like she's super well renowned.
Jordan was saying if I was Kate Bush, I'd be pretty upset because now I'm finally hitting like, where were you guys then?
I think it got like
Praise. It
I
probably
think it
did.
got
Yeah,
what it deserved at
yeah.
the time. I mean,
We're just seeing this '80s resurgence.
I think the dreaming was done dirty by the public, but I think by the time Hounds of Love came out,
Yeah,
it was met with well deserved praise at the time. But yeah, so yeah, I pulled up their Wikipedia, but this album was certified gold by the
oh wow, really?
RIAA. Yeah,
Huh?
for selling 500,000 copies. I mean, that's
Cool.
hella popular, but I think it's because it had like the crossover appeal of like the Christian youth, but also like
The Christian youth.
metalcore fans also didn't really care if they were a Christian band.
Honestly, it goes hard. So I don't see it like, yeah,
Yeah.
I wouldn't see anybody being upset.
But you had like Norma Jean and the Chariot and these guys kind of
Converge.
doing this like, yeah, they were like, I don't know if like, I didn't really listen to Converge, but I
Mhm.
knew those guys, even though Converge and Botch kind of did this first. But Underoath seemed to pull those styles and like have like, I don't know, a way to like make it also catchy and accessible from like a melodic standpoint
Yeah,
in a way that like I don't really hear a lot out of those two bands doing.
it's just chaos. And this, they actually pull out some melody, which
Right,
is
because it's like not that it's not that mathcore, but it like has some moments. Like I think in the second track, that's probably like that that weird like
yeah,
yeah, that
yeah,
riff.
yeah, yeah.
But other times, like even the opening riff on the In Regards to Myself, like that's a really you don't hear that in a lot of like scream sing metalcore, like a riff that kind of odd.
Right. Yeah.
It's like I'm trying to think who to compare this to. I think because it's like not as like heavy and like it's not as metal oriented as like As I Lay Dying or Kill Switch, but it's also not as like emo as like Thursday or I don't know, maybe even Chiodos. I mean, Chiodos definitely did that dissonant like
Yeah, but it's not as whiny as like Chiodo's was, right? This is definitely more. I know this is probably another weird band to throw out there, but like I wrestled a bear once. Sometimes
oh yeah.
they use a lot of those dissonants, but there are a lot of growls and yelling.
Yeah, and just fucking chaotic.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah. Rings of Saturn, but
yeah.
yeah, like they do breakdowns too, but it's not like open chord either.
Yeah. So right off the bat, in regards to myself, and there's times in regards to myself where it kind of had like that stadium rock sound, just kind of like, "Are you ready?" Like,
Oh yeah.
Stand up, everybody!
Jump the fuck up. Dun,
Yeah.
dun, 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 dun.
Yeah,
That's Corn.
and it has throughout it kind of these weird kind of sound effects, but I didn't hate it. these kind of glitchy things it was doing.
The singer really, his name's Spencer, he really pulled out the punches on this album as opposed to the last one. Like, just the variety of screams and growls.
He goes crazy on this.
Yeah, he's pretty nuts. And even when he's not screaming, I get like annoyed when some singers do like that. That was like they'll be doing like a line, and then out of nowhere they'll just kind of like have their regular voice come out.
Break through, yeah.
Yeah, and they all kind of do it the same way. I don't mind it when he does it because it sounds like it. No one really sounds like this guy.
Yeah, yeah. I like that.
Yeah. A little pinch of pickle harmonics.
Yeah, I think this track it's a good opening to the album. It does have kind of those moments there though where he does break that, and this probably has more of the stadium sounding metalcore on the album.
Yeah,
I would say. Yeah, but everything else, he may do it a few more times, but I think this track in particular does it.
This was one of the singles. I think "Writing on the Walls" was the most popular. I don't know if by Spotify plays or not.
Possible.
YouTube was like barely out when this came out too, so I mean, I think I watched like videos on Yahoo Music.
Isn't that crazy to think that music that sounds like this is probably older than YouTube?
Yeah.
Oh, you sent me a chess thing.
Yeah, that was a while ago.
Sweet.
But yeah, they're so my sister got me into them with their previous album, which I think listening to it now, I'm just like, this is rock music that has a guy screaming. It's not even like that metal. But I think that was the first band I heard where someone was like screaming, but it had just super poppy choruses.
Yeah.
That I just don't think are that easily found on here, even if it's like
you don't really get them now on this.
Yeah, I mean it's fun, but it was like it had like happy sounding dissonance, like almost like in the Deaf Heaven type way.
Yeah.
But yeah, and I never really appreciated the change that was made until like recently. I'm like, wow, they really turned it up because I just liked it all back when I first heard this. But my siblings didn't, even though they liked the previous album.
Mm-hmm. What did your parents ever hear this when you guys were listening to it at the time?
Yeah, I was like,
did you do the thing or just like?
I'm like, they're a Christian band.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And my dad took me to Warped Tour in like 2009, and we saw their set. I mean, we had to run to the back, and then there was like a rock band contest happening that I signed up for and was judged by Underoath.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Wow.
We didn't win. We played a Linkin Park song. I got like 100%, but they didn't care about that. The band that came after us, like they were better showmen. Like the singer accidentally pulled like the mic out of the wall, so like they he kind of went hard. So they won for performance, but I was like, I won for like technicality.
So you played what'd you play?
We played a Linkin Park song. I can't remember.
Like on actual instruments?
No, on Rock Band.
Rock Band the game.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, like I just signed up and they like put me with like 3 other guys and we all picked like an instrument and then performed a song.
What difficulty were you set at?
Hard.
Oh wow, cool, man.
Because I wanted to be able to like bop my head a little bit.
Was it a matter of like again, like you said, who has the best stage performance?
I think that was what they based it on.
Oh, okay. Yeah. What did you win if you like? What did the band?
I don't know.
What?
I don't remember the prize. Because I didn't win it.
Like, do you think you would have had a chance to like meet Underoath? Did you meet Underoath when you were there?
No, but they looked at me.
Wow, there you go.
Wow, yeah.
Underoath looked at
you.
No,
we met the Devil Wears Prada.
I remember that. I just remember
the Chariot.
I remember the singer being so like everyone else was so nice and like they were there for the fans, but I remember the singer for Devil Wears Prada was just kind of standing there, kind of like with his arms crossed and just kind of like not really wanting to be there. But like the other band members were like so nice and like I'm not even a big Devil Wears Prada. Like I wasn't like hurt by it or anything. I was just kind of like he just seems a little standoffish. I don't know if
Dude,
he
I
had a bad
love
day or
that
what.
album came out this year too, the first one
Which
they
one
did. Dear Love.
did they have?
Their
Wait,
f-
who
The
what?
Devil Wears Prada
They have
came
a
out
new,
the same year as this album.
oh, came out the same year
Yeah.
as this one. Yeah.
So I listened to that one a lot too.
Is that the one that has
Texas is South.
Texas
Dogs
is
can grow beards
that's
all
what I was gonna
over.
ask. Dogs can grow beards all over. Yeah.
Yeah.
What's the one about the dragon again? There's a one.
Swords, Dragon, and a Diet Coke.
Yeah, yeah.
I don't remember if that was off that or
That's
Plagues, but
this kind of gave me some nostalgia back to that time because I remember there was a time me and my brother would listen heavily to music like this, and Devil Wears Prada was one of them, and then of course like Kill Switch Engage. At the time, probably some Bullet for My Valentine. Like
yeah.
just your
The
metal.
Poison, dude.
Yeah, the
That
Poison.
was everywhere, man.
Oh yeah, Waking the Demon. Yeah.
I feel like that, like this album has aged better than probably all of those to me, especially the Poison.
Oh yeah, Bullet for My Valentine did not age well.
But like, man, we loved the hell out of that.
Yeah, of course. Yeah.
But I guess like maybe lyrically it just and I guess it kind of has like
It's
that
too metalcore, if that makes any sense. Like whereas this kind of has like too metalcore. Like okay, metalcore to me is defined as like the bum 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 bum. Like the really kind of like the kind of
drop D.
Yeah, drop D.
Drop D.
You know the riff when you hear it. Sometimes if they're feeling really heavy, they'll go drop C.
The borrowed Swedish metal.
Yeah.
Riffing, the breakdowns,
Mm-hmm.
the clean singing mixed with the what they call it, hot cold vocals.
And yeah, I just don't feel like old Bullet really would have aged. I just even
To
think
me-
of it, and I just kind of cringe thinking about listening to it.
Or
Whereas
like they
this,
also
not so
like
much.
they also played like Flying V's and like
Yeah.
Jacksons,
Yeah.
and they wore like camo cargo shorts, and they were like,
Fingerless
I
gloves.
was just thinking of Death Clock
Yeah,
when I think of them, and
Yeah.
and Underoath were just skinny little
yeah,
Hot Topic
yeah.
tight jean. Like you would think that wouldn't age as well
Mm-hmm.
in comparison,
Right.
but I don't know. I think there's some maturity to this album, like because what Bullet's lyrics were like about like infidelity and like I'm gonna get back at the
Infidelity.
guy for fucking my girlfriend and
Revenge.
shit.
Yeah,
and,
it was
like,
and the topics themselves were definitely cringy.
or even like Bring Me the Horizons, the lyrics from
Tears don't fall. Yeah.
Your tears don't fall like around me.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
this
Yeah.
is high octane rock.
Well, yeah, Bring Me the Horizon you just mentioned, right? All their songs were about like how I'm gonna get back at this person or kill this person or how this person's a traitor. Or
Which I guess that's a pretty heavy. That's a deathcore theme.
Yeah.
I don't know if they're not really metalcore, right? Like this, at least on that album.
I don't think on that album now.
Because I think Suicide Season, they kind of do a little bit of like, even like you said, that Sempiternal kind of reminded you of this. I think kind of Suicide Season has a bit of that vibe too, with kind of maybe the electronic influence and
Yeah,
like,
yeah, I could see that.
'cause that was that 2008,
Yeah.
the girl with the guts hanging
Yeah,
out.
yeah. Suicide Season.
Yeah, like the Calm Down
I love the Come Down. I still love the
or
Come Down.
Chelsea Smile.
Chelsea Smile comes to mind. Yeah, that was also another track that was around the time that I was listening to like a lot of this type of music with my brother. It was Chelsea Smile, The Come
Mhm.
Down. Football Season is Over, I think is one of the tracks on that too.
Yeah.
Diamonds Aren't Forever.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
We will never sleep.
Because Sleep is for the like I loved that fucking album when that came out. I was a big fan of it. Yeah.
And that's probably that's arguably heavier than this album too.
Yeah, but like
because it's drop C and
well, I think a lot of drop B,
And
drop C,
deathcore kinda-
deathcore. Screaming. This isn't necessarily screaming as much of it's growling and yelling in a way. I don't hear any high pitched screams on this. I don't think.
it's like he does it, but like his timbre makes it sound lower.
Okay. Yeah.
Maybe like on his spectrum, because like when he goes
Yeah.
low, it's like real low. But like even on this song, maybe hit play. I can't remember where we're at, but he's like when he says "pull yourself together," that's probably the highest. Or no, it's probably before this. I
Good
can't.
vocal sound though. It definitely sounds like the era of the vocal style. You know.
They just had a new album drop this year. I listened to it. I like the sound of it, but I don't like the song structuring. Like, it's just very chorus focused. I can't remember where he does it. Might have been at the beginning when he's like, pull yourself together, man.
I do like his vocal.
Yeah, it's awesome. When he says pull yourself together. Like, yeah, right here. That's probably the highest he goes.
I could see that. Yeah,
which is kind of like I guess you would call
it's
that
kind
a
of
high.
like it. Yeah.
But yeah, cool. I love that. I love that riff on the opening.
There's quite a few really cool riffs in this too. Yeah. Let's see.
I never really adapted their riffing into anything that I like wanted to play.
Yeah.
Probably because I didn't really know what the fuck they were doing.
Yeah, it's not.
It's very like angular and like.
Yeah, it's more angular than
obtuse, maybe, or abstract. I don't know. It wasn't like your typical.
Right.
Like I wanted to play As I Lay Dying riffs.
Yeah,
and
I wanted
Kill
to
Switch
play.
riffs. And
I wanted to play As I Lay Dying riffs, Kill Switch riffs, Bullet riffs, Avenged Sevenfold riffs. Yeah.
Right, and like learned all those, but never really learned a lot of these.
Right.
I think I learned Writing on the Walls when I was in like college because I thought that was a fun song to play. But I guess maybe it's because these songs like work better all together, and like the guitar work's never like that flashy. Where they kind of have to come together. It's like playing an ISIS song. It's kind of boring.
The band.
Yeah, ISIS the band. I mean, this part's pretty straightforward, but then they do this crazy like change up.
Yeah, it's pretty poppy.
But they like never go back to like these moments.
Right.
Where the like a hookier type.
I guess I just got the vocal line from Asking Alexandria is you never said that this would be easy.
I know what a prophecy.
Yeah.
God, I hate that I still know all these songs.
Yeah.
Is it right there when he does it? Oh yeah.
I like that.
That's so crazy.
Cool. Definitely more talented than bands like Asking Alexandria. Like they definitely have more of that what's the word I'm looking for? Technicality.
Technical chops.
They got more chops for sure. Definitely more chops. Whereas other bands like Asking Alexandria is just more like chug 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 chug. Some weird technical shit going on. Yeah.
Yeah, and As I Lay Dying, their stuff's simple, but they play it so fast that it's like really hard to play.
Dude, I remember the first As I Lay Dying song that like
Through Struggle.
That was one of them. That was one of my brother's favorites. My favorite was probably The Sound of Truth.
Oh yeah,
dude, that's no, The Sound of Truth.
That's Nothing Left.
Yeah, Nothing Left is good too. I liked Oceans Between Us.
I liked Forsaken.
That's another.
Don't give them plays. Don't you fucking do it.
Love the art, hate the artist.
Okay.
Tim Lambesis has made a full come around. Like I don't.
Their drummer just sat out this tour because of internal conflicts in the band. I wonder what that's related to.
I don't know.
I can't imagine it's got anything to do with Tim. His third wife.
Man, The Sound of Truth is a good. I really love the guitar work in As I Lay Dying tracks. Like the Sound of Truth is.
Tim didn't write those tracks.
It's the da 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 da, and then the riff after that is like dun 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 dun.
Yeah.
Dun 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 dun.
I just wanted to sing it.
Yeah, it's really good.
I always wanted to learn that riff in Forsaken.
Forsaken is the.
I know you are the one we left behind.
Yeah.
And then it's like riff that.
Yeah.
So fast.
The thing about metalcore riffs is that they are really catchy and they are cool. And yeah, it's just a lot of them are pretty formulaic. Another band that really caught my attention at this time was one, and my brother's playing, his guitar playing was really based on a lot of the bands of this era. And another one that he really idolized was As Blood Runs Black.
Oh my god, that fucking band, dude.
As Blood Runs Black. What is the name of the song that he?
Oh, I know which one.
Oh, okay. I can give them plays, right?
You can give As I Lay Dying plays, dude.
Okay. Okay.
I think they're. I don't know if he had gone
In Dying Days.
Yeah, or My Fears Have
Yes.
Become Phobias. That was
That's a
my
good one.
favorite.
That's a good one too. Yeah.
But yeah, just comparing this to Underoath, it's so. Oh my god!
Everybody get the fuck up.
Yeah. What the fuck is up, Denny's?
Yeah.
And this was like the same time, wasn't it?
Yeah, it is.
This production is paper thin.
I know it is, isn't it? Well, everything at
2006.
2006.
Yeah. What a fucking year, dude.
I know, man. Dude, that fucking riff. I still remember it. I can't ever forget it.
I love My Fears Have Become Phobias. That stupid breakdown at the end with the double kick just going. Yeah. If you had a subwoofer with that fucking bass drop, it's
I'm getting.
it just sounds like mush.
Yeah, this is so nostalgic. I'm loving this.
And these guys are still promising like a new album. We got the follow up to Allegiance.
Man. Another band that was popular around the time is like Amir, and I could not stand that guy's voice. He tried to do the tops, but it was so rattly. So yeah,
dude, that band only needed one string on their guitars. And like I know that's such a common joke, but
yeah,
it's
true.
so true
Amir
for
is
them.
True. Yeah, Amir, that was true.
Like these other bands, they need two strings.
Yeah.
You need that A string, man.
2 strings, right? Yeah. And I guess this is around the. I think Chelsea Grin actually came a little bit later than that. Later.
They were like 2008.
Yeah,
right?
Yeah, they were a little bit later. They kind of introduced a little bit more heavy, but
it doesn't seem like that much
Suicide
time. But
Silence
it
around
was
the
a
time,
long time between this
right
time in
At
2008.
this time in my life, I think it was just like if you want something really heavy, you'll listen to "Count Your Blessings" by Bring Me the Horizon. But if you want to step up the
was that
ante,
the same year too?
But maybe
I think that was 06.
and then it's like if you want to step up the ante, you'd listen to Whitechapel.
Oh yeah,
And then
dude.
and now Whitechapel's like, or like Winds of Plague, I think.
Yeah, Winds of Plague.
Yeah. Yeah. Count Your Blessings.
It's just really funny. Like the shit I liked in middle school, like Underoath, I can go back to so much easier than what I listened.
6.
Yep.
Wow.
I can go back to Underoath so much easier than anything I listened to in high school.
Yeah. My God, these songs. I feel like I'm back in 2006. It's just so crazy.
Dude, what cringy people were we for liking this and them for making it?
Dude, this is close to being 20 years ago.
Oh my God.
What the fuck?
That's in 4 years.
Off the easy.
That's a whole high school career away.
Dude,
Don't age us that bad.
I remember all of these tracks. I remember all of these tracks.
I love that that band hates it so much.
I know.
But they recently played Pray for Plagues at a concert. But I mean, I don't really care for much of what Bring Me the Horizon's done since Suicide Season.
Yeah.
Oh, dude.
I never really listened to Winds of Plague. I had friends that really liked 2008. Looks like when they kind of hit the scene. It's kind of what it looks like.
Yeah. Once I heard like the Swedish melodic death metal bands that did this 10 years before, then I stopped liking this stuff as much.
Yeah.
But I think I still liked Darkest Hour.
Mm-hmm.
Because they did a lot of riffs like that, like at the Gates or In Flames and Dark Tranquility.
Yeah.
But they were still kind of metalcore about it.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's just if you're American and you like those Swedish riffs, you're gonna accidentally become a metalcore band.
Yeah. Another band I think I got into later was like Miss May I at the time, and then I think
Yeah.
I think before that, like my little emo heart at that age was like into like Escape the Fate too.
Oh no.
I
Oh
know.
no.
Escape the Fate.
They sing too much for me.
Yeah, I think I was mostly into like Avenged Sevenfold. When
City of Evil was 2006,
that's crazy.
and I think Waking the Fallen,
Yeah,
their best album, was from like 2003.
yeah.
I think. I don't know.
Their best album, eh?
Yep.
Yeah.
Unholy Confessions.
Unholy
That was the
Confessions.
song.
That was the song. Yeah. So
Yep.
if you were into this, like you knew Unholy Confessions, you knew
Beast and the Harlot. No
Beast and the
thanks.
Harlot.
I played Guitar Hero too.
Bat Country was one of my favorite songs when I was a kid.
Yeah. I love that music video with the girls with the snake tongues.
And the Tales, yes.
Yeah.
Based off Fear and Loathing. Yeah.
Oh yeah, back to Underoath.
Okay.
What a deviation.
Well, I mean, like, come on.
It was that time.
It's that time. It's you're going down memory lane with this, but this stands out. I feel like this doesn't really. It sounds similar to, but a lot. If you all these bands we were just talking,
It's not as
about,
dated.
It's not as dated. No, you're right. A lot of this kind of, like I was saying, it kind of leads up to Sempiternal. Like I could hear Sempiternal in this,
Yeah.
and this sounds better.
And I think it's because that album has such an emphasis on like catchy choruses.
Yeah.
Like even You're Ever So Inviting might be the catchiest. Like here there's like hooks, but it's just they just go on with the song. They don't ever like come back to it really, or if they do, it's like in a they like add something to it.
Yeah.
Well, and Underoath even forgot how to do this because they just released an album this year that sounds awesome, but it's like structured in such a way where I don't really care for like the songs because it's just they're trying to like somehow get it. They're like writing it as if they wanted a radio hit, but then the sound of it will never make it onto the radio because it's still too heavy.
Yeah.
And then they had that Ghost Main song, which oof.
Let me see.
Oh, yeah, that song was cool. It's like, oh God.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, the other credit I give them is just having such a consistent sonic theme the whole time. Like every song fits together so well and doesn't ever get too out of scope. And the flow of it's really, they really thought the flow through. Because this song ends with like the quiet like strumming. Oh yeah, the fucking hard style like electronics.
Yeah.
You don't notice it if you're like just passively listening.
Yeah. I prefer this over the electronics that are like now it's like disco and we're listening to like techno. We're listening to with like Stickly, like Attack.
Right. Because they got a keyboard player who like does all this. Like, thank God he doesn't have turntables, but but yeah, I mean the flow of these songs are like they really thought like through how you would listen to this album. I mean it was on a CD back then, so I don't know how much, nowadays I feel like albums are written a lot differently for like the streaming world. Oh yeah, it ends kind of quiet before. Oh yeah, AFI's December Underground came out this year.
Oh my God, you're right.
Yeah, this song's pretty chorus heavy. But they have that extended bridge that kind of lifts it up from like being too formulaic. So he's singing there.
Yeah, yeah. So you pretty much have attributed this band to being a pretty pivotal point in your music.
Yeah,
listening.
I think this album was like the first album that I felt like was something I kind of
it
was like mine in a way that like because music's kind of a hand-me-down thing when you first like are born. This was kind of the one where I'm like, this is something that I really like, and then I really like their early stuff because they used to be like they were kind of like blackened deathcore when they had their old singer.
Yeah,
like they sound unrecognizable to what they ended up being on this album. So I really like ended up enjoying like their EPs from when they were like. Because they started in like the 90s. And their first like album came out in 99. So yeah, they were definitely one that I guess got me into like some darker stuff. But there were so many bands I listened to at the time too that it's hard to like say this was the one. But I think this was the one.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool. Yeah, I looking back at that time, I would definitely say there was quite a few influences, and I think probably one of the biggest that kind of led into this was probably Waking the Fallen for me.
Mm-hmm.
I think that was probably one of the bigger in my friend group of people that were listening to like metal music and stuff like that. I think like Avenged Sevenfold, and then that shaped its way to other things. I know Atreyu was part of it for me as
Oh
well.
yeah.
Yeah, Lead Sales Paper Anchor was one of the first albums I had bought for myself.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I think this was because someone bought me the Gorillas and then All American
Mm-hmm.
Rejects Move Along.
Oh, of course. Yes.
And then and then I got this one. Then I got the singer, his old band that he had with his brother. I found their CD at Best Buy of all places.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
What year was Lead Sales?
I think that was 07. I think X's and O's
Yeah,
was
you're
my
right.
favorite.
It is
So
07.
I don't know
How do you know that?
I don't know how to get rid of like
This information?
how to recycle that
Yeah.
what year's albums came out because I feel like I could use that space for something more useful.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't know.
You do have kind of an interesting like you remember the dates very well at times that these came out.
I can't remember family members' birthdays though.
But you can remember the time the year that Count Your Blessings came out.
Yep.
Yeah. Crazy.
An album I don't listen to.
Yep.
But it's in there.
I mean, like I think a lot of it is also by relation to like what other things were at the time, right?
Yeah.
So like if I were to think of like Kill Switch Engage, I'll just kind of quiz you. Like Kill Switch Engage, what year did My Curse come out?
Dude, was it 04?
04, My Curse?
Or was it 06? I think it was.
Your best guess. I'm just quizzing you. I don't know. I'm gonna look it up. I just want to see how good you are.
Well, I know my favorite album by them was that was off the End of Heartbreak, right? Maybe that was 06.
My Curse isn't the name of the album. You're right. It's End of Heartache. Yeah. So what?
Maybe that was. I think that might have been 06.
06, End of Heartache.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because I think my favorite album by them was before Howard joined. Yeah, I'm not too good because their albums are kind of the same for me. Or is it 07?
04, you're right at the first time.
It felt like 04.
Yeah. You're right.
Because my first song I heard by them was I don't remember. I know I don't remember the name of it. It's that one dude, I can't remember the name of that song. It was like a really weird time signature. Oh, Alive or Just Breathing was my favorite of theirs.
What was it?
Alive or Just Breathing.
Okay. Yeah.
I think that had Jesse when they did what was that song? My Last Serenade.
Yeah.
There's some deep cuts on that. They're pretty good.
Yeah.
And this album, I don't know what my favorite is.
Isn't Salmarnir, isn't that just kind of like a nice interlude type of thing, isn't it?
Yeah, there's like some Russian prayer over it.
Yeah. Yeah, I was
cool little break.
It kind of freaked me out at first. I'm like, what is happening? Okay.
I remember feeling so cool when I got the CD and I put it on my Xbox,
dude,
so I could play back music on my Xbox because like I had no library for music.
Was that
then.
Xbox 360?
No.
Xbox One?
Xbox.
The original.
Mm-hmm.
That's crazy, man.
Yeah,
when did
I had all my music on my Xbox.
Was it 2009 that the 360 came out?
Now
we're like
feels like 07 to me.
07? Okay, yeah, we're playing the date game now.
Yeah, it feels like an Atreyu year.
Atreyu year. 360.
So did looking back culturally,
2005.
Oh wow, holy shit. Well, I probably could have had a 360 and put my music on that. Looking back, like culturally, it seems like the Black Parade is the album for this time period, but, like,
Mhm.
living in it, I never felt that. Did
I
you?
No, I didn't. I think there was a few, tracks off Black Parade. I didn't feel like it was the to me, if I were to tell you, like, the era, like, the music that made that period, it would probably have been, like, Bring Me the Horizon, because they were, like, the most popular, I think, too, one
Yeah.
of the more popular ones. Um, like, Black Parade, like, of course, Black Parade was playing on the radio.
Yeah,
Um,
that wasn't even my pick for My Chem, like, as an album, like, it would've been
no.
the one with Helena and
Yeah, is that 3 Cheers to
yeah, that would've
yeah,
been that one, or even
yeah,
the one before with, like, Vampires
yeah,
Will
yeah.
Never Hurt You, I think.
Yeah, and really the only tracks from, I think Black Parade, I like Teenagers because it was more of a
That's off Black Parade?
I think so.
Wow.
I think Teenagers is up. I know I keep going back to Spotify. I think Teenagers is off Black Parade because that was one of the only tracks I really liked by
I think
him.
I really valued consistency with albums, and I didn't always find that with
Yep, that's off Black Parade.
oh my god, I had no idea. See, that just seems so out of scope for what I thought they were going for.
Yeah.
I'm not okay.
I'm not okay. Yeah.
But I guess that's the band
So
that is representing in that
and
the
goodnight.
MySpace era of music, which I like to call
Yeah.
it that.
Oh wow, I said Teenagers is one of my favorites, and actually, it is like they're on Spotify. It's their number one. Yeah,
Wow.
yeah. These make sense. Jordan is a big MCR fan.
I don't really think I listened to the Black Parade all the way through. But yeah, their fucking music videos were always on.
Yeah, I got a
Famous Last Words, that was got a lot of airtime too.
Yeah. Oh, that's a Ferdinand. Hi, Ferd. I looked in the monitor and I saw it was Ferdinand.
Aw.
Okay.
But yeah, I mean my pick would have been Underoath, but
Yeah.
I mean I guess
For your
from a bird's eye view, I guess. Yeah, I
Right.
mean I'm not surprised because I didn't think it was that accessible for
right. I was listening to
any
a lot
radio
of,
play.
and honestly, I was listening to a lot of different things at the time. Like I was listening to older metal, a lot of like you shit on me a bit, shit on me, but you razz me a bit. Pantera, I was listening to that.
Well, they're racist,
Um,
that's why.
Okay, and
I think I'm in the right.
the Pantera and
Yeah, fucking Confederate flag.
Metallica. Still liked Metallica quite a bit.
Oh yeah, I like those guys.
Yeah,
They're
Um,
approved.
yeah, and a lot of like thrashy stuff too. So I was still into like that metal, but also getting into this as well. So there was a lot of stuff I listened to at this time, and a lot of it was like it was cool to listen to. Okay, Pep. It was cool to listen to music like that screamed and growled, and like
Mm-hmm.
you almost had to prove it to your friends at the time that you listened to music that went hard, and like like you're cool if you listened to certain types of stuff, and
Yeah.
it was a statement at the
I always
time.
had this one friend who like was really into Bring Me the Horizon and then like moved away for a bit, then came back
Mm-hmm.
and would always like do this like shame thing where he's like, "Yeah, I've kind of calmed down."
Oh really?
Yeah, I'm like, "What do you like?" He's like, "I like John Lennon."
Oh
I'm like, all
man,
right, you fucking
I
poser.
did that later in life. It's like no, like the Grateful Dead. That's what I listened to.
But like he did like I felt like he was like
I could still listen.
thought
to
he
this
was
stuff,
better
but-
than me because
No, because
oh,
he-
I don't
yeah.
listen to that chaotic stuff anymore. I'm pretty chill now, dude.
Have you read anything about John Lennon and the
Yeah,
monster
I'm like that's your guy.
of a man that he was?
Yeah, well, I just don't trust people that put like stickers on their guitars anymore.
Yeah, I don't understand why you would do that.
What a
honestly.
sweeping claim.
I love my guitars. I would never put a fucking sticker on them.
Well, it's like I gotta make it look like I beat the shit out of it.
Yeah, the relicking of them. And
Yeah,
stuff.
and this guy like never shout never too. So
Oh yeah, no.
yeah, I'm like you're on that side of Warp Tour. Okay,
I get sad if I see like a little like bump or scrape on my guitar, like a little scratch on it. Like,
well,
I
yeah,
try to
I
keep
must
'em-
hate Willie Nelson.
I mean, no, that
Got a second hole in his guitar.
okay. There's a difference between road worn. You played the same guitar for years and
And you-
years and years,
and you dropped
years.
it on the.
There's a difference between like it naturally gaining, like if my guitar, some of my guitars that have naturally over the years gone wear and tear, I don't mind that. Like that's just
Yeah.
them aging and
I'm being a
progressing.
dick.
You're being a dick.
Yeah.
It's there's a difference between that and like people are like, I'm gonna take my new Fender out back and light it on fire and like beat it with chains
Because science.
and throw it down the stairs.
Yeah.
And then that's my cool relic look, bro. And you know, manufacturers actually manufacture and like design guitars to look relict. What's the fucking point? I mean, people have their own taste and their own what they want, but like,
I want to agree with you, but I can't sit here with artificial holes cut in my jeans
yeah, you're right.
and
Artificially
agree
worn.
and agree with you that
There's a
they
difference.
made them.
I think there's.
Are
a
you
difference.
sure?
I don't know.
Are you sure
That's-
that my jeans and the guitar? Are not the
I'm
same?
I'm standing on a hill and I'm gonna stay on it.
Okay.
I
No, I
just-
think you're right. Like
There's a-
maybe price point and what the
Right.
use is for it.
Yeah, exactly. Right. That's
Like-
style. That's. I mean,
I
okay,
mean that
you
makes
could
me
probably
look
say the same.
frisky. You know, and let's
Right.
you know,
I don't know.
I'm open for business.
Yeah.
I want like these got patches, so I can't even say these are for
yeah.
summer.
It's not. No.
Yeah.
Yeah. But anyways, let's go ahead and go back into the album.
But no, yeah, the fun part about this album is like it does like place you in nostalgia, whether it's because of this album or because of when it came out.
Right. I do enjoy the place it takes me back to. A place that I used to find not so fun to return to. As an adult, I look back with I don't know, with tenderness, with
Yeah.
reminiscing of the time.
This was always a song I didn't pay a lot of attention to.
Yeah.
It's got some fun. Like, would you call that odd timed?
Dun, 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 dun.
Kind of,
Kinda.
but still, it's not like as chaotic as like Converge
No.
or even Norma Jean.
I mean, yeah, it'd be really difficult to get to
It's
that
just
point.
like they really found like that sweet spot between both that they could never find again, and then other bands failed to do. Or,
Yeah.
but yeah, you know, and I do think the production, like you said, holds up so much better than a lot of bands, and probably because it was handled by like Adam D and like I think Matt Goldberg was the other guy. But like Killswitch songs sound very good today too.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah.
Where like other metalcore bands like not
Yeah.
too much.
This just takes me back. Like everybody listening to this also wanted to be in a band as well. So like I remember I wanted to be in a band really bad at this time as well. This is the time my brother was actually going in and out of bands at the time. Like he actually played in bands. He actually had one. He was in a few different ones that recorded here and there. Like one of them, it was the Evelynetta band. He was in a band called Cremator. I think closer to the end. So Evelynetta, Cremator, and he's done a few recording projects. I've shown you some of his stuff too, and it sounds somewhat
I
similar.
heard Evelynetta, but I don't think I heard Cremator.
They might have done. Let me see.
I remember you showed me what they had, like,
It sounds very reminiscent to this time period for sure.
because wasn't Reverb Nation kind of big then?
Yeah,
Yeah.
and that's what they. Yeah,
And then there's Pure Volume, which was probably before Reverb Nation. Or, I don't know, actually, because I used to upload to Pure Volume, but I didn't start recording until, like, 2009, and then I didn't start recording music. I was pleased
Mhm.
until 2014.
yeah. Did I ever show you Evelyn that like their actual music video?
Yeah, the
It's-
fucking War video,
It's so bad.
the 1917 remake
Yeah,
or pre-make.
Evelyn that. What was the name of it? The Boa Constrict, I think was the name of it.
I mean, it's so reminiscent of like
No,
the time.
yeah. Come on, why isn't it not showing it?
Oh, and like we were going to shows in basements of churches, like because
Yeah.
I feel like all these bands said they were Christian bands just because they were able to get more venues and into places they wouldn't normally. Oh,
There it is,
yeah.
the side effect. Yeah,
Oh my god.
this is 2011. Oh wow, that's even sooner than I thought it would have been. Let me see.
Was that 11 years ago?
me. So all this guitar is my brother.
Yeah. Oh yeah, I remember listening to it.
Yeah. They're just in a basement. Like it looks, you know, they just got the.
He needed to hold a microphone.
Yeah, that's the other thing. Yeah, I agree too.
But I feel like shooting a music video is probably the most awkward thing you can do.
I imagine too.
Because I don't, like, are they? I've seen like making of music videos, and not a lot of videos. Like, I feel like they're not playing the song. Like they're not plugged in. They're not like actually doing it. So they're like
right
pretending, and then it kind of shows.
Yeah.
I mean, props to them. Like, because few bands who formed in like high school did not even like get a song recorded.
Yeah, that was my cousin Jordan.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, he was in this one. For whatever reason, Ethan's not in this yet. They're just running through the woods. What are you running from, sir?
Yeah, there's some story elements missing.
Yeah. Oh, I think the beginning of him is him dealing with the PTSD of this particular event, I'm guessing.
I mean, props to the costume department.
Yeah. Hi, Pip.
Can you put your
There he
asshole
is.
away?
There's my
There
brother.
he is.
I think he's wearing that Amir shirt too. Like that's Amir. It's a really nasty design on that thing too. But he's got his Ibanez art series, I think is what that was. It kind of was like a Les Paul shape. It's a cool guitar. I think he sold it.
They don't look like they're playing.
Oh, so tactical. Oh,
He
Pip.
looks trained.
Yeah, yeah. Pip, I don't think people watching this want to see your butthole. Okay. Let's get in my lap. That was a cool Ibanez, I always thought. That wooden one that
Yeah.
Jordan has.
Good. Good color.
Yeah, it's a Jackson. Never mind.
Oh. I'll be damned.
Sorry, I really detoured.
No, you're good.
This it leads up to this moment that is why he has his PTSD.
Yeah, this is like the Book of Boba Fett with structure.
Some of these shots are they just go on for too long. I think is probably one of the biggest. He's got the microwave. He's got the Quaker Oats going on back here. Yeah.
But hey, they got further than any of us got, so
Yeah, you get the double toasters. Oh, now we got a training montage? Hell yeah. Training montage. Oh, we got push-ups.
so long.
Now we're running. I think I know where this park is at, too. Yeah, I know this park. Okay, we don't have to keep watching this.
Oh man, this is so nostalgic. Even the way they dressed and the fucking skeleton shirt.
Yeah.
Good job, Shane, for the direction.
Yeah, good job, Shane. Beacher.
Honestly, like, not bad. I mean, I don't think I would have done it better at the time.
No, that's true.
Yeah, I could sit here as a fucking grown ass man and be like, ah, ha, ha, ha. But like,
at the time,
a bunch of kids doing that, not bad.
That is true. That is true. Yeah.
Yeah, further than I got. I'll tell you that much.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But just reminiscence of this period of time for sure. Yeah.
Yeah, they had 2 music videos for In Regards to Myself and Writing on the Walls. I remember watching the fuck out of those.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think those like look that good anymore.
Mm-hmm.
I remember the Writing on the Walls one was funny. But I think this was I can't see the Spotify like plays, but I think that one's got the biggest hits, right?
This has 32 million. and everything else doesn't even break the second. Yeah.
Oh wow,
So
that's crazy.
the next one would be in regards to myself, and it has 9 million. So this
Wow,
must be
that's
one of the most
crazy.
popular tracks, then, huh?
Yeah, what was on their main page for popular tracks?
Yeah, let me pull it up.
Because I think their first album still had. Oh my god.
A boy brush.
Yeah, and play that song. Like, just hear how like
different.
poppy
This has
they
like
were.
almost 20 million more listens than. Oh wow, that's so different.
Yeah,
That's so different.
but it's all the same. It's all the same guys. But that album cover is so off-putting. That
It is. I mean, they're so yellow.
But listen to the guitar work.
Yeah,
It's very pop. Yeah, like I don't think this is really metal if it wasn't for Spencer screaming over it. But yeah, they like went way more technical than they had ever gone.
Yeah.
And like they immediately like I don't think it was even 5 or 6 months after that last album came out that they started working on this. So like the technical chops just seemed to come out of nowhere.
Yeah.
Oh, bless you.
Thank you. Sorry.
And then Everyone Looks So Good from Here is probably the heaviest.
Yeah.
I was listening to
fun to play.
Yeah, I was listening to Chiodos recently, and they just did it so. It was so cheesy.
Mm-hmm.
Like No Penguins in Alaska.
Yeah. Yeah. Chiodos. What was that one album? As what was it? You Wouldn't Last. What am I thinking of?
Baby Wouldn't Last a Minute on the Creek.
Yeah, something like that.
It was like All's Well That Ends Well.
All's Well That Ends Well. Yeah.
That was 2005. They're from Michigan, dude. They're neighbors.
I love the video of Chiodos playing literally in a house. Yeah, Baby You Wouldn't Last a Minute on the Creek.
Yeah, I wonder what they're doing.
I think my favorite track had to have been the Words Best Friend. Become Real. That was a fun song to play with my brother.
Yeah, that's fun.
Because I would come in with this, and then he would come in with this. No, not yet. Damn.
I like There's No Penguins in Alaska.
He would come in with this, and then I would do the, yeah, yeah. It was a lot of fun. I remember one time, I was in math class, and my math teacher was just like playing a game of some sort, like maybe on the internet. I can't remember. It had to have been probably, and he was just like finding songs based on whatever it is that he wanted to type in. And I think he was calling out to the class, just like, somebody say something, and I'll type in, and I'll see if there's a song about it. And somebody yelled out penguins, and he typed in penguins, and he found there's no penguins in Alaska. And he said it out loud, and I was just like, oh, that's Chiodos. And he just looked at me. He was just like, how did you know that? That's just a weird thing to know. I'm like, yeah, that's
yeah, I love that song, and
that's Chiodos.
I love the guy's pink BC Rich Warlock guitar he played in it.
Yeah. Oh my god.
The fucking keys.
Yeah.
The circus keyboard.
Yeah.
Has that aged?
Yeah.
A little bit.
That aged a bit.
His voice is so weird too.
Yeah. How Pip.
Then he like left. Then I think he came back because he did his band Drugs. Craig.
He does what?
He had that band Drugs.
Drugs? Drugs?
Yeah.
That's a weird name for a band.
That was an acronym. I don't remember what it stood for.
Camera froze.
No.
It's been doing really good. I don't know why I just decided it's going to freeze. It froze on Pip's butt.
It did. But our audio's fine.
Yeah, the audio is fine.
Oh.
There we go. Now it's back.
Hello.
Now it's back. Don't know what happened there. Oh, hey, Pip. Oh, wow. She got her own little spot there. Oh, we should have put a cat bed right there. That'd be cute.
Oh yeah.
That'd be cute.
Well,
All right. We got the rest of this album to get to.
oh yeah. Yeah. We've done well.
All right. So, Underoath.
It's hard because like overall the album is so consistent.
Yeah.
Like it flows well. Like so it's hard to pull like super standout
Right. I agree.
stuff. Besides like I guess like yeah, like this song's super heavy.
Yeah.
I don't think they really sing on this at all. But I love the breakdown part. Like it's like I swear I slipped right through the cracks in
the floor. Yeah.
that
is
part's
a cool part.
cool. Cool breakdown, and I guess it does sing. Yeah.
Where is that part though? It's really cool.
I think it's before like. Oh yeah, this part. Yeah, this part's so cool.
Yeah, that part is so cool. I like that.
And then like I think I almost feel like they made the wrong choices for what should have been a single, because I think You're Ever So Inviting and Moving for the Sake of Motion well, actually You're Ever So Inviting did get a music video now that I'm thinking about it. But Moving for the Sake of Motion I think is probably catchier than what they ended up picking.
Oh wow.
Like I don't know if I can sing how it goes. Someone that starts off with the double kick drums.
Mm-hmm.
That's kind of similar to what their previous album kind of did, as far as kind of being a little more straightforward with. Oh yeah. Oh my God.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, like that's a proper chorus.
Yeah.
I remember I bought those like Warped Tour compilation discs, and this was the song on there, and instead of like what they picked for singles. I'm like, this would have been a better choice if they wanted to like market the album better.
Yeah. That is catchier. I agree.
Yeah, but I think that You're Ever So Inviting came out later for the music video, because Writing on the Walls is really like not disjointed, but like harder to it's not as catchy, I think. And I remember the ending of that song used to scare the shit out of me in the video, because it's like, when it gets quiet at the end of Writing on the Walls, and then he like starts screaming again, and in the video he like jumps in the frame of the camera like it's just on his face when he's screaming. And then To Whom It May Concern is like another post-metal kind of space rock. It's got some worship music vibes. Maybe go to see if you can find their first album.
Okay.
Go to, it's called Active Depression.
Active Depression?
Active. Yeah, you might have to scroll up because it like came out, they re-released it. Scroll up. Scroll up. Oh yeah, it's that blue one down in the bottom right.
What is happening? What the heck? Oh man, the camera gave out again.
Oh, it did?
Yeah.
It's because of the metal.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was the first song they put out ever. And the drummer, I think, was the only existing member of the band that's still there.
God.
But like he didn't sing on those songs. I don't know why I realized they were sitting on a pool of talent and
Yeah.
there we are.
Yeah.
But yeah, they didn't utilize him. It was kind of like Genesis with Phil Collins. But there's a
Oh,
difference.
that snare.
I love that snare, man. Then it goes in this breakdown. It's a great. And then they did Christ of the Past, which is almost like if they mix black metal with deathcore. So they started doing like a lot of tremolo picking.
Oh my god.
Like in the fucking synth.
Yeah.
The singer of the at the time he joined the band Maylene into the Sons of Disaster. It was like southern metalcore mixed with black music, and they're probably doing country music now at the rate they were going. He had such a crazy, like, he sounds like an angry SpongeBob.
Yeah, he does.
So yeah, they did 3 albums with him. He left, and then they got Spencer for that album with the oxygen mask, and then they did Define the Great Line. But then I didn't really get into I bought the album that came after Define the Great Line, but then I didn't really like it. And now they're back in 2022. And I don't know what to make of like the new album. I like the last track on it, Hallelujah. Or no, not Hallelujah. Pneumonia. It's like a slow burn, but the rest of the songs are just really like focused on catchy choruses.
Sounds like Deftones. That's what I got from this intro. I was getting like,
oh yeah, it sounds like Digital Bath. Yeah. It's almost like verbatim.
Yeah.
That's fine.
You know. Yeah.
Like I want to.
Yeah. Yeah, I got Digital Bath from that.
Yeah, and they came back in 2018, and I did not like that album at all. But they like got nominated for a Grammy for it, so I'm pretty happy for them overall, even if I'm not like on the bandwagon.
I like that.
Yeah,
sound.
the sound of the album is awesome, but like the songs themselves aren't like as interesting to me as they were earlier on in their career. Because it just seems like they want a catchy chorus to kind of build around.
Yeah.
And I mean, who more bands do that than not, right?
Yeah.
Which I'm not sure. Like just the songs, the way they came about and Define the Great Line were just so abstract when you really think about like the way they laid them out. And I think that's why it kind of still sounds good to me and sounds interesting, because it's just not like relying on like a sing along chorus.
Yeah.
What's your favorite track?
For this, I would say, let me go back to the, I'm right here. I would say my favorite track, I really enjoy Display Scene. I really did enjoy that, the heavier, I liked Everyone Looks So Good From Here. I did like the first 2 tracks just because I like how it opened up the album a lot.
Yeah, a little projector at the beginning.
Yeah. I think one of my favorite moments was, and Everyone Looks So Good From Here, is when he's the slips through the floor, cracks on the floor. Yeah, I will definitely try and, if I can, spend more time with this because again, it is. I did like it. It's not like the episode where I played bring Chelsea Grin and you hated it. It's not like that. This is good.
That's good.
Yeah. What's your favorite track? I think you even said earlier it's hard for you to pinpoint one just because a lot of it is pretty similar.
I think the best track they did was Casting Such a Thin Line, just
Mm-hmm.
because they like kind of with departure songs to be able to like do a nice build up in under
Yeah.
10 minutes is always impressive to me. That
Yeah, I agree.
sounds good.
Yeah.
And Writing on the Walls probably uh, it's hard because like
Mm-hmm.
that's probably the song I've listened to the most.
Okay.
But I think like as far as this listen went, I really enjoyed the second track just because I don't think I'd spent a lot of time with that. And then Returning Empty Handed was just fun to kind of like listen to
Mm-hmm.
the songs I didn't really pay attention to as much. But yeah, I know it's hard to like it's easy for me to say when I've been listening to this album for like most of my life
Mm-hmm.
that I know all the songs and what they do. But I think it would be hard to like have like your thoughts wrapped around it
Yeah.
because it's so
Yeah.
consistent.
What was, so what was it like for you having to be critical of this baby of yours?
Uh, it, honestly, it wasn't that hard. I was more critical of the previous album because I listened to that too.
Mm-hmm.
Where I remember I used to really love the hell out of that, and like looking back, I'm like, okay, it wasn't that good.
Right.
And then their later stuff, I listened to like their new album. I was like, So I mean, but this particular album, um, I picked probably the best baby of mine ever to like
Oh, your best baby.
to criticize
Yeah.
because I found it hard. Because any type of criticism, I'm like, oh well, it was like that was what they did in the time. That's how it
Mm-hmm.
sounded. Do I like? Would I listen to something like this if it came out now? Maybe.
Okay.
Because like I didn't hate their new album, but I don't feel like it's interesting. I like the sound of it, but I don't know if I would go for a band that like sang like this anymore.
Okay. Yeah, I wouldn't either. I don't think.
Yeah, and I
Yeah.
think the only reason that I like it's because, and maybe in your case you didn't really listen to it, but you listen to bands like this, so
Yeah.
it's like you have a soft spot for that. But
Yeah, I do.
um, yeah, I don't know if it would tickle me in the same way had
Tickle
this
me.
came out today as
Yeah.
it did then, and certainly listening to some of the other bands
Mm-hmm.
just to kind of like put myself back in like the
Yeah.
shoes of back then.
Yeah.
Not a lot around us has like aged as well. I mean,
True.
I still like old AFI or at least mid career AFI.
Mm-hmm.
Chiodos, mixed bag.
Yeah.
Like the guitars, singing, ooh. But yeah, I don't know. I should have picked something to pull apart more, I guess.
Yeah.
If I
No, I think you did great.
honestly like I've broken up with so many bands that I would have stood by in
Yeah.
high school that it's hard for me to like defend a lot of them anymore. And this is probably the last band that I can defend
Yeah.
if someone was to come at them with like some bullshit like this sucks.
You would come back and you'd be like, no, you fucking listen here, motherfucker.
Yeah, I mean it's like I don't know, you can't really
Yeah.
like, the songs are like kind of interesting and the riffing's bizarre. So I mean
Yeah.
I wouldn't like some I think someone who is a fan of Converge and Botch would probably call this generic
Mm-hmm.
and they might be right.
Okay.
Because they, you know, because I think as like the singer, he doesn't really bring anything new to the table. So I think that the biggest criticism I think you could give it is the vocals, for
Mm-hmm.
the clean vocals. I don't know if you can really dog the screaming because it's kind of it's got some variety to it and it's unique and it doesn't like I will always know it's Underoath if it's on.
Yeah.
Where
Yeah.
there are bands that I like from this time that I if it's been a while, I might not totally be able to like call it. It's like Asking Alexandria or Attack Attack.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I don't know. It was nice to listen to. I wasn't like
Was it nice for you to kind of
yeah.
listen to this guy again? This.
And I figured you'd like it too. I didn't really think that
Mm-hmm.
you know you're gonna go in hating it.
No, I appreciate it. No, I think it's good. Thanks for showing this to me. You've always talked about Under Oath. You've always mentioned it. So now that I've actually had a chance to listen to it. I get it.
Yeah. It's nice because especially to revisit like and like say, oh wow, that must have influenced me about me no one had, or that
Mm-hmm.
must have may have led down the rabbit hole of like this genre I went down to, because it sounds like they really listened to a lot of stuff outside of their own genre and
Yeah.
pulled that in,
Yeah.
especially like the ISIS comparison.
Yes. The band. Yes.
And even like the band, even atmospherically, it seems like they pulled a lot of from post metal, like with like kind of the ambience around the songs.
Yeah.
Because like there's some other like we mentioned As Blood Runs Black and kind of how tinny the production was.
Yes.
I think Underoath is saved from that because they have all these electronics and kind of like stuff filling up the space.
Yeah, I agree.
It kind of like added some elements to it. Yeah. No, it's fine. I don't know if I would like put this like in like my top 10 or anything, or
Okay.
like put it up there like that. It was like a wonderful stepping stone for me. And then the other thing that I think is interesting is like I never had like the proper metal introduction, like the heavy metal, like my my siblings were not into metal, my parents weren't, so I didn't get like here's Metallica, here's Slayer,
Right.
here's Pantera. So like it was like weird how I kind of like ended up in metal, and I think this was definitely like a bridge.
Yeah, absolutely.
And
Yeah.
then I went on this unfortunate like deathcore gent phase in high school that I don't want to go back to. And so I guess it's always funny that I I think back so fondly on middle school music I like more than high school.
Yeah.
'Cause that Asking Alexandria phase was bad.
It was awful. Yeah.
I loved them, dude. I went so deep.
You loved it.
I loved that band.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I liked them too. I'm not gonna say I loved them,
I
but
loved them.
I liked them. Yeah.
I loved the trance disco fucking whatever they were doing.
I'm enjoying this confession right now. I don't think I've heard you say that before.
No, man. I'm embarrassed.
Yeah.
Like that fucking song when Every Day's the Weekend. There's this like breakdown. It's like, I like to party. You like to party.
Yeah.
Oh, fuck you, no. And then it goes into a breakdown.
Even the album cover to this album is so generic.
I don't even. What one is that?
Stand Up and Scream. Yeah, but
It's the one with the prophecy. Is that one?
Oh yeah, it has to be.
Is Every Day's the Weekend is on there. Find that spot for me. Could you do that? Could you do that, kid? And when Every Day's the Weekend, last track. This is their closer. Go to the middle. Oh god. Here it goes. Yep. I was mowing my lawn to this shit. Here, where's it? Oh god, okay, we're gonna come around again before his fucking lyrics come in. I like to party. I could have picked this.
You could have.
Prophecy. This is a breakdown. Yeah. What was their other song?
Oh,
I
they
used
had a
to
few.
have a best. No, I don't.
I used
Not
to
the
have a best
American
friend, but then he
average.
gave me an STD. Nice.
Oh
No, I was once
the
possibly-
final episode was that. That was a big one, wasn't it?
Yeah, no, another bit was.
Oh, yeah,
I was once
that's the
possibly
one.
maybe perhaps a cowboy king.
That's the one. Yeah.
Yep, there it is. Crabcore too.
I don't feel like they got the hate they deserved. Where Attack seemed to just take all the hate.
They took all the punches.
I think Asking Alexandria is cringier.
Oh yes.
Attack had a moment where they went from bad to average, and then this never happened for Asking Alexandria. And now they like, aren't they like trying to do some Motley Crue shit? Like they like the 80s metal. And
I think so. Yeah, I don't know.
I forget where I saw them. It might have been with you, or no?
I
It
don't
was
think
with
I saw him.
no, it was with Corbin. I think when we saw Korn. I think it was like Asking Alexandria and Trivium open for Korn, who then opened for Avenged Sevenfold. But I think we all left after Korn.
Oh my god. Yeah, it's so bad. And then there was bands like the Browning. Have you ever heard of the Browning?
Yeah, the dubstep core.
Yeah.
Oh shit, I gotta go soon.
Oh, okay. All right. So that was Underoath. Thanks for picking that one, Brock.
Yeah, you're welcome. What will we be listening to next week?
So I'll be completely honest with you. I can't figure that out. I had a bunch of different ideas, and then just this week again, just being busy, which is my excuse now for everything, as the baby and now being back at work. I've been having a hard time picking an album, and part of me was just like, well, should I stay on the same kind of trajectory that you are? Like, say, well, this was an album that was metalcore that kind of introduced you to stuff. Like, would I pick one too then? Or I didn't know what to do. I still don't know what to do. I thought one album, then I thought of another album. I don't know. I don't know what to do. So.
Okay. Do you want to like hold fingers up and I pick or
okay?
Or
how about we do this? Just because it is, we've already talked about this album, and it's not going to be as good as the one you just chose. There might be a little bit more shitting on this one, and I'm fine with that. That's totally fine. But we can be critical.
Waking
of
the
it.
Fallen?
Yes.
Okay.
Are you okay with that? Or if you don't want to, we don't have to. That's fine. We don't have to do Waking the Fallen. I can think. My next one is going to be Converge.
Jane Doe.
Jane Doe.
Oh, can we do that, please?
Yes. We can do Jane Doe. We're gonna do Jane Doe by Converge.
Maybe we should do the predecessor to Jane Doe.
Just because this is such a popular.
Yeah.
But I won't. I do want to do this one.
Okay, we'll do that one. Let's do that one.
Okay.
Let's do it. Fuck it. Yep.
All right, we're gonna do Jane Doe.
Thank God.
By Converge. We dodged bullets here. All right.
I was like, I guess I'm listening to Apple Music because I don't want my Spotify rap to be fucked up. Damn.
Okay. Anyways, this has been the Year Be Earners podcast. Thank you guys for listening. Thank you guys for being here and watching. And we'll see you guys next weekend with Converge.
Thank you.
Fucking dodging bullets.
Mark that one down. Nice. Hell yeah.
Hell yeah.